Hey, this is Doc Erik. Welcome to my YouTube neighborhood, the channel where we give you one mindset tip and one body set tip to take with you not only throughout today's video, but also later in life as well. Today I'm going to be talking about a really cool concept that I think really kind of helps to level the nutritional minefield when it comes to anything and everything nutrition. So you're going to love it. So let's just jump in. This by saying that this is an idea that came from a medical doctor named Dr. Peter Attia. He's a really cool guy. He has a great podcast as well as Instagram and social media page. He's very knowledgeable. He gives out great content. A lot of it is very science and heavy detail based. So if that's someone such as yourself, go ahead and check out his content. But I'm basically going to take a section of what he talks about in terms of nutrition and I'm going to break it down into a very easy way for that you and I to understand, because this is literally the easiest way to explain nutrition to anybody. So here we go. So anything you think about when it comes to diet and nutrition, whether that's how to lose weight, how to maintain muscle mass, how to gain muscle, or how to get more energy, can be distilled down into what they call a three-lever approach or a three-lever approach. So in this example here, you can actually see that there's an X, a Y, and a Z axis. I'm going to refer to this as a three-lever approach or a lever approach just because it's going to be a little bit easier, because not all of us are math people. And this analogy is very easy to understand and to follow, because if you break down any nutritional profile, whether it's keto, whether it's paleo, whether it's carnivore, whether it's vegan, whether it's vegetarian, whether it's the Pop-Tart diet, all of these diets, all of these programs can be broken down into these three levers or these three axes. So here we go. So the first lever is caloric restriction, or how much you eat. The second one is dietary restriction, and this is what you eat. This is typically where we refer to as the macros, so the fats, the proteins, and the carbohydrates. And the third one is time constriction, and this is when you eat. So let's kind of go through those again, and we'll kind of expand upon each one as we go. So the first one is calorie restriction, or how much you eat. This is important because if you're looking to gain muscle mass and lose body fat, then you're going to have to inevitably eat a increased food in terms of calories. Similarly, if you're looking to do the opposite and you're looking to lose weight, then we have to pull back from the total amount of calories that you're eating so that we can create a caloric deficit in order for your body to lose weight in terms of maintaining muscle mass while losing body fat. That's the desired outcome. The dietary restriction of what you eat, consisting of the macros being the fats, the proteins, and the carbs, this is where all the different diets come into play. So these are your vegans, this is your vegetarians, this is South Beach, Mediterranean diet, keto, paleo, carnivore, Pop-Tart, you name it. They're all in there. So by restricting entire categories of food, you're going to alter your response, which is the metabolism, to your diet, because you're basically teaching your body to refer and to rely on certain fuel sources above other fuel sources. The third one is called time restriction. So this is when you eat. This is typically your intermittent fasting people who don't eat for 18 hours but then will eat for 6. Or 16 hours and then they eat for 8. Sometimes they'll do a 1 or 2 day fast where they'll just go nothing but just liquids. Or sometimes these can be your 1 meal a day people. So the basic framework here is if you're looking to make any health change at all, you want to be able to pull on any one of these levers. For better results, you want to pull on 2 of those levers. The people who typically pull on the 2 levers are ones who want to make a body composition change in a relatively short period of time, and these could be the post-holiday people, right? You know, Thanksgiving happens, Christmas happens, 4th of July happens, you gained a little bit of weight and you want to carve the weight off, you want to pull on 2 of those levers. If you're someone who wants to pull on all 3 levers at the same time, this is a bigger time commitment. Coaching is usually required here, and people who typically go down this path are people who are preparing for a bodybuilding or a fitness competition show. It could be somebody who has a major event such as a wedding coming up so that you can look and feel your best. Or this might be due to someone receiving bad health news and they want to make a critical change to their lifestyle in terms of longevity. On the opposite side of things, if you're pulling on no levers at all, then you're consuming what we would refer to as a standard American diet, or SAD, which is kind of sad. So finally, which lever is right for you to pull first, right? That's the ultimate question. The answer truly is that it's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on what you can realistically do for a long period of time. If, for example, you're somebody who wants to try the keto diet, but you find that it's very tough to keep below that carbohydrate threshold, but you really, really, really want to do it because your friend is doing it and you think that you should be doing it too, but you find that your body's addicted to carbs and you continually bounce yourself out of ketosis, which is the state of training your body to learn how to burn fat as a preferred fuel source as opposed to glucose, then this may not be the right choice for you to start. You might need to begin with something like paleo, do that for a couple of weeks or months, and then slowly start to titrate yourself down into ketosis if that's truly what you want to do. I'm a big fan of, if you're somebody who's looking to make a nutritional change or dietary change, look at all three levers and write down on a piece of paper the pros and cons of you taking on any one of these levers. If you find that you want to start with time-restricted eating, go ahead and try that for at least 2 or 3 weeks, and that's going to give you a representation of how your body prefers it. It's the easiest thing that you can control. If you find that works for you and the weight is coming off and you're maintaining your muscle mass, I recommend continuing to work on it. And then once you start to plateau, then you can start to pull on one of the other levers, which could be the type of food that you're eating, or it could be the total calories that you're consuming as well. So the mindset tip and the body set tip is whenever you're undertaking any sort of weight loss program or protocol, always make sure that this is something that you can foresee yourself doing for a long period of time or an indefinite period of time. I really don't love the word diet because it implies that you're putting a start date and a stop date. We all know that life is not finite like that. We want to make sure that it's a progression. So some people, they'll cycle in and they'll cycle out where they're pulling on 1, 2, 3, or none of the levers, but you always have a pulse on which lever to pull and when. So if you're somebody who went on a vacation for a month and you gained a bunch of weight, but you had a fantastic time and it was a really therapeutic and joyful experience, but now you're ready to get back on track, you know for your body type what lever you need to pull first and how hard you need to pull that lever. Nothing is an absolute, nothing is an all or nothing. There's always the intensity with which you pull that lever. So pull the lever a little bit less hard and then you'll start to notice weight coming off, you're feeling good, you're not restricting yourself, you're not starving yourself, you're not getting irritable, and then you can start to tinker from there. So hopefully this helps to address the concept of nutrition as it pertains to the 3 levers, as it was previously explained by Dr. Peter Attia. I really enjoy this concept a lot, and I really hope that you guys love and share this video because it's really, really impactful in terms of learning what it is that we can do to take care of our bodies, not only short-term, but long-term as well. So thanks as always for checking out these channels and leaving your comments below. I'd love to find out what works for you guys in terms of what you're trying, what works, and also what doesn't work. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We love it when we get new YouTube visitors to this channel. And as always, stay healthy.